Welcome back to Mystery One, your portal to the world's most astonishing enigmas and true stories. Today, we're unraveling a reincarnation case that stands alongside the most convincing the world has ever seen. The journey of Dorothy Eady, known as Omm Sety, who went from a quiet childhood in early 1900s London to becoming a legend in the sands of ancient Egypt. A childhood accident and a life forever changed. Dorothy was born in 1904 to a typical English family in a cozy Victorian neighborhood. Her father, Robert, was an architect. Her mother, Lily, a homemaker. Nothing in her early life foreshadowed the mysteries to come. But at age 3, Dorothy suffered a terrifying fall down a flight of stairs and, for a brief, chilling moment, was pronounced dead by the family doctor. When she awakened, her family noticed she had changed. Her mannerisms shifted, her accent sounded unfamiliar, and she fixated on the idea that her real home was elsewhere. Soon, she began drawing strange symbols and columns eerily similar to those found in ancient Egypt. She would beg her parents to take her home, describing vast gardens and great stone buildings, places she could never have seen at such a young age, visions of Egypt and the life of Bentreshit. As Dorothy grew, so did her fascination with Egypt. At only 4, she saw a photo of an ancient Egyptian temple in a magazine and excitedly claimed that was her true home. She spoke of rituals, dressing in linen, and life as a temple priestess. According to her accounts, she remembered a previous life as Bentreshit, a young woman raised in Abydos's temple of Seti the Wisses, who was dedicated to the gods from childhood after her mother died. Her recalled life was marked with drama. She claimed to have fallen in love with Pharaoh Seti I, a forbidden relationship for a temple priestess. Their affair resulted in a pregnancy, shame, and eventually Bentreshit's suicide, memories Dorothy would recount in vivid detail decades before she ever set foot in Egypt. Growing up and the unshakable, pulled toward Egypt. At school, Dorothy's knowledge of hieroglyphs baffled teachers. She could interpret and draw them accurately without formal learning. Her passion led her to the British Museum, where she worked just to be near Egyptian artifacts. Sometimes she corrected Egyptology displays or identified objects, astounding the staff. Later, Dorothy married an Egyptian student, relocated to Cairo, and had a son, whom she named Seti. Locals dubbed her Omm Sety, Mother of Seti, which became her enduring identity. While her marriage didn't last, her calling in Egypt only grew stronger. She moved to Abydos, adopted by the local village, and finally stood within the ancient temple she'd described since childhood. Astonishing tests and archaeological feats. The credibility of Dorothy's story was put to the test by Egyptian officials. On one occasion, she was blindfolded and led through the temple of Seti the Fire. Despite never having been inside, she identified locations of secret chambers, described scenes on distant walls, and detailed the layout of temple gardens covered by centuries of dust. Much of it confirmed by archaeological digs later on. At another point, she guided excavators to a buried garden she recalled from her past life. When workers dug where she directed, they found remnants of ancient trees, just as she'd sworn. Her insights profoundly contributed to major Egyptological projects. She became the go-to consultant, guiding teams on temple prayer recitations, scene restorations, and even the emotional context behind scenes etched into temple walls. Living history and skeptic debate. For 3 decades, Omm Sety lived humbly in Abydos, her home modest, yet filled with visitors, villagers who revered her as one of their own, and researchers eager for her uncanny knowledge. While many Egyptologists grew to respect her expertise, some remained skeptical, struggling to explain her accurate recollections of unpublished archaeological finds and esoteric temple rituals. Still, Dorothy's life inspired countless documentaries, books, and films, and even today, Omm Sety is mentioned in scholarly texts as both an enigma and a legend. Her final years and enduring legacy. Omm Sety continued her daily visits to the Temple of Seti the Fan until her passing in 1981, requesting to be buried as close as possible to the place she loved beyond all others. Her grave, near the temple, in the village of Abydos, is visited by those fascinated by her story. Whether or not you believe in reincarnation, Dorothy Eady's life forces us to question the boundaries of memory, consciousness, and time. Was she truly a priestess returning across the ages, or was hers an incredible case of intuition and scholarship woven into a lifelong identity? This is what makes Omm Sety's tale so enduring. Her story challenges science, tantalizes the spiritual, and ignites curiosity about our own place in history. If this extraordinary journey left you intrigued, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever felt a pull to another time or place, a memory that doesn't fit your own life? Share your story, subscribe to Mystery One for more, and keep exploring the unknown alongside us.